Welcome. This is DB Talking Now, DB Talking Birds, DB Talking Philadelphia Eagles. Guys, I have a few things I want to talk about. First things first, one of the things I want to talk about is Zach Ertz, the best tight end that we have on the roster. I don't care what you say about Dallas Goedert. Zach Ertz is the best tight end we have on the roster, has recommitted his allegiance to the Philadelphia Eagles. He did that publicly today, kind of backed up what he said at the beginning of last year, which is that he wants to retire a Philadelphia Eagle, kind of backed up the reason for his tears at the end of last season. And so I'm really excited about that. And he wants to put all the offseason drama behind him is basically what he talked about. This is good news, and one of the things that he went in and said is that he's been really excited, throughout this entire offseason, throughout this entire camp. He's probably having the most fun that he's had over the last 4 weeks that he has had in a long time. That bringing in the new coaching staff has made it a lot of fun for him, and that's phenomenal to hear. And one of the things that he said, the reason for being why he felt so up and down last year too was that nagging ankle injury. And so it just felt like every week trying to get back to practice was just a grind, an uphill battle. And I can understand that, you know what I mean? I can understand that. To go along with that, and let me just say that to go along with this, I said this pretty much the entire time. Was I worried? And yeah, I was. Did I want to get rid of Zach Ertz? No, I never wanted to get rid of Zach Ertz because Zach Ertz is Zach Ertz. Did I share some, opinions that were kind of bitter when, Zach Ertz was kind of playing fiddle with the management? Yeah, I was. Talks Falcons, welcome to the chat, my man. Happy Wednesday. Did I have a bitter feeling toward him at some points? Did I share some bitter opinions? Yeah, I did. But I've never lost love for Zach Ertz. Never lost love for Zach Ertz. And so I don't hate to say it, but I love to say this. Zach Ertz is gonna be a Philadelphia Eagle for years to come, baby. Zach Ertz is going to be a Philadelphia Eagle for years to come. He's not getting traded. You want to know why? Because he wouldn't have come out and said what he said with confidence, the way that he said it with confidence today, if he still thought he was going to get traded. So I'll just say that and leave that there. But what did we find out today? We also found out that the Vikings tried to trade for Dallas Goedert at one point, but the Eagles said no. Why are some people thinking that that's a bad idea for the Eagles to trade Goedert? I get it from one side of the street, but hey, if you get a good offer for Dallas Goedert, do it, because here's the thing: tight ends are becoming so athletically gifted that you see about 2 or 3 of them that are quality tight ends that are coming out of the draft every year these days. So that's all I'm saying. Talks Falcon says, so the Eagles are keeping Ertz. I think so. And I think that he should get an extension. Honestly, is it going to be maybe not this, maybe we'll see. I don't know how this is going to go, but I would love for them to work something out. Talks Falcon says, so he will retire an Eagle. We'll see. And just mentioning the Dallas Goedert thing, like, he hasn't done enough for me to say that he's not tradable. He hasn't done enough for me to say that he is not tradable. Sorry. He hasn't. It's just fact. It's just fact of the matter. Look, here's the thing. Dallas Goedert is a second tight end. Yeah, that's true. Who did we have when we drafted Brent Selleck? LJ Smith. Guess what? Brent Selleck was the second tight end and still did more than Dallas Goedert has done up to this point. Who did we have when Brent Selleck was the starter? We drafted Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz came in and was the second string. Brent Selleck was still the first string, but Zach Ertz did more than in his second string position than Dallas Goedert has done in his second string position. So my point being is the impact of Dallas Goedert has not been as great as the last two second string tight ends that were supposedly drafted to take over for their counterparts. You get my drift. I'll say it again. It was Brent Selleck for LJ Smith. And Brent Selleck really had a breakout game in that 2008 playoff game against the Cardinals with Donovan McNabb. And then it was Zach Ertz when Chip Kelly drafted him in 2013. So who took over for Brent Selleck at the end of the day. But still, that's neither here nor there. And I'm not saying that Dallas Goedert hasn't shown flashes. He just doesn't have, he has not done as much. Yeah, Talks Falcon says you honestly need Ertz for next Sunday's game. Yeah, Ertz isn't going anywhere this season. He's not going anywhere this season. Another news and noteworthy thing to bring up is that the Eagles have actually added wide receiver Keyshawn Johnson, formerly of the Arizona Cardinals, to their practice squad. Now, look, I live in Arizona. I know how Arizona Cardinals fans felt about the young wide receiver. So I think this is a good move. I think he's a better pickup and a better option than J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. That's all I'm saying. I'll leave that there. I know how Patrick J felt about Keyshawn Johnson. So I'm sure he felt a certain way about losing him. So other notable names that were brought back to the practice squad, obviously Jordan Howard was brought back to the practice squad. John Hightower was signed to the Eagles practice squad. Travis Fulgham was signed to the Eagles practice squad. Michael Jaquette, cornerback, was signed to the Eagles practice squad. Guys that we know, names that we know. Undrafted rookie defensive tackle free agent Marvin Wilson, who I thought had a lot of stock going into the draft this year, signed to the Eagles practice squad as well. So I thought that was a good move because he was someone that I liked going into the draft. But so we'll have to see how how they feel about these practice squad players moving forward, especially the younger ones like Marvin Wilson. T.Y. McGill, was also one of those guys. But we'll just see. We'll just have to see. So I'm really excited about the fact that Zach Ertz was able to come out today and say what he said and did it with confidence. Where that leaves Dallas Goedert, I don't know. Haven't really heard from Dallas Goedert. Talks Falcon says Marvin Wilson, he played for Florida State. Yeah, no, he had quite the decent football reel, and I thought that for sure he was going to be at least like a 5th round pick or 4th round pick, something like that. He just went undrafted. I'm glad the Eagles were able to get their hands on him. And Talks Falcon says, yeah, his draft stock went down just like Paris Ford. Safety Paris Ford. Yeah, safety Paris Ford was also another one who I was looking at. Paris Ford reminded me of the ability of a defensive back who could be hybrid as well. So he was also another one that I was looking for the Philadelphia Eagles. But Jacoby Stevens, obviously I've mentioned this a ton. My sleeper pick when we drafted him. He didn't make the final cut, and I really think that had to do with the fact that he injured himself, kind of at the end of the first week of camp, and didn't play much in the preseason because he was having a decent first week of camp. But he was also signed to the Eagles practice squad. So I'm glad that we were able to bring him back as well. So, but we'll just have to see how this entire thing shakes out. I am, it's funny because I want to jump to this other thing real quick. Howie Roseman was directly asked about Deshaun Watson at his press conference the other day. And and his response was, I think we have a good blend and group in this quarterback room. So something along those lines. And he said that, that's a player on another team is the property of that team. And, we can't really discuss that and I'm not going to get into this as if like how he, was feeling any other way of what he was talking about. But calling Deshaun Watson a piece of property, knowing Deshaun Watson's, knowing the history of the feelings of players in Houston on sports teams, I don't think was a really good idea if you were ever interested in Deshaun Watson coming to the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's what I think. I think that they're going to ride or die with Jalen Hurts this year. And I think that if shit really hits the fan, I think they're going to go to Gardner Minshew. But we'll just have to see. Speaking of Gardner Minshew, a report came out on Bleacher Report saying that he actually had been interested in joining the Eagles since earlier this summer. So, and that kind of is like ice cream to the mouth, or like beautifully, scripted music to the ears, because kind of like what we were saying is like the Eagles should have made this move when he first came on the trade block. You know what I mean? So, so I'm glad if that report is true and Gardner Minshew were interested in joining the Eagles since early summer. I'm glad. Good. That makes me feel a little bit more like we know what the fuck we're talking about. Because here's the thing, we do. Sometimes we don't get enough credit, but we do. Toxic Falcon says, "Oh, Watson didn't want to play for the Eagles." No, here's the thing. I don't think he does. I don't think he does for this reason alone. I don't know if you guys remember, but there was video clips of when they were doing all those video clips of Jalen Hurts' training in the offseason and how much training he was putting in. He was training with Deshaun Watson. And they were like becoming best friends or whatever the fuck. So do you think that one best friend would want to fucking interfere with another best friend's opportunity? Not if they became close. Unless you're a backstabbing motherfucker like some people out there in the world. But Deshaun Watson actually doesn't seem like that kind of guy, especially before all of these, off the field issues came about. But that's kind of what I'm judging him on in that scenario. So let's just leave it at that. Enter Zone, welcome to the chat, dude. It's a crucial game on Sunday. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, if they lose the Falcons, it's not a good start. It really is not. Because here's the thing. I mean, week 2 is the San Francisco 49ers. That's true. It is the San Francisco 49ers in week 2. But the San Francisco 49ers were only bad last season because they were obliterated on defense. They got Joey Bosa back. They got all these guys back. Week 2 against the San Francisco 49ers might be a little tougher than we actually give it credit for. So if we're 0-1 to open the season against the Atlanta Falcons, we could be looking at a long road with Jalen Hurts at the helm. You get my drift. So I don't know how the Falcons are going to show up. I don't know. Look, Matty Ice has veteran experience. Calvin Ridley. Riley Ridley was waived. Calvin Ridley is a phenomenal wide receiver. Kyle Pitts is going to play like they got him. They can move him all over the field. I don't know what they're going to do with him, and I don't believe Falcons fans even know what they're going to do with him yet because they haven't shown their full playbook to the rest of the world yet. The Falcons could come out and shock us. The Falcons could come out and shock us. We have to be prepared for this. We have to be prepared for the fact that Jalen Hurts might come out and absolutely shit a brick of fucking, frozen ice. Ice is already frozen. Times it by 10. Enterzone says 0-2 is not a good start. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That San Francisco 49ers defense is good before last year. Does everybody remember that? They got hurt. They had injuries all along the defense. And the team in general. You know what I mean? We have some playmakers. We have some good defensive players. Our secondary is suspect though. We need Darius Slay to bounce back. We need Steven Nelson to play well. We need Rodney McLeod to be ready to go. Hopefully they're not rushing him back. Anthony Harris, I think, was a good pickup at the safety position. Eric Wilson at linebacker, I believe these linebackers are going to have a good, solid year. We've seen that much. Defensive line is probably going to have a good, solid year. We have playmakers that can compete for sure. But how is Jalen going to do? Is Jalen going to be ready? Is Jalen going to come out and perform like we need him to perform? You look at Patrick Mahomes, and Patrick Mahomes in the preseason already looks like he's in midseason form. Patrick Mahomes looks like he's going to get another MVP already this year. You know what I'm saying? And so, but that's Patrick Mahomes. It's not Jalen Hurts. So, Enterzone says, "Would you want Cam Newton on the Eagles?" I thought about it as soon as I saw that he got released. And no, not really. I don't want Cam Newton. I don't want Cam Newton on the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't. He reeks of arrogance, honestly. He reeks of arrogance. And he's so arrogant that he doesn't see his own arrogance. And no. I don't want Cam Newton on my team. Sorry. In fact, Cam Newton is not that good of a quarterback. I'm going to say that again. Cam Newton is not that good of a quarterback. He's only been above 60% one time in his career. One time. One. So, no, I don't want a guy who throws for whose highest average completion percentage is 57% on my team, especially in a passing league. And do I even and that's exactly the reason that I think that Jeffrey Lurie wouldn't bring him to the Philadelphia Eagles, because Jeffrey Lurie wants a high voltage passing offense, and Cam Newton would not bring that to the Philadelphia Eagles. Sorry. He's not what he was once. He's not what he once was. You know what I mean? He's just not. I feel like we have a better shot with Gardner Minshew. All right, maybe that was a little hyperbolic, but I feel like we're better with Jalen Hurts. I would rather trade for Nick Foles and have him be the backup than have Cam Newton come to this team. Okay. And I think the Eagles maybe should do that. I don't think there's anything wrong with bringing Nick Foles to the Philadelphia Eagles now. Jalen Hurts wasn't a part of the 2017 team. Carson Wentz is no longer here to be cursed. I have nothing wrong with that. In fact, Yeah. To have Joe Flacco instead of Nick Foles makes no sense. You know what I mean? It was 2015 he had the MVP. It was 2015 Cam Newton had the MVP. It was almost 7 years ago now, bub. It's almost 7 years ago. But yeah, I mean, I want to jump back to the Keyshawn Johnson signing the practice squad real quick. I really think that the Eagles should make him compete, you know, with JJ Arcega-Whiteside. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. Honestly, they should. Enterzone says Cam is better than Hurts. Well, we will see. We will see. We will see. I think Cam. Look, I'll say this: Cam did some good things in the preseason. You know, I'm not gonna lie. He did some good things against our third stringers in the preseason. But I can't argue that, and I don't think either can you, because we haven't seen enough from Jalen Hurts yet. We haven't seen enough from Jalen Hurts yet. We haven't seen enough of what his current what the current product that he's going to be dishing out this season. I'm not. Tox Falcon says people act like Cam is trash, though. Yeah, I'm not acting like Cam is trash. I just don't trust him. I just don't trust him. I think these days as he gets older, he's a little bit more inconsistent than he once was. And Enterzone says Cam is better than Minshew as well. Yeah, maybe. No, I mean, look, Cam Newton has better. Look, Cam Newton has more experience than Gardner Minshew. All I'm saying is from a personality perspective, and I and that kind of panache, I don't think is good for this young locker room. You know what I mean? Cam is a leader. I will not deny you that. Jalen Hurts is also apparently appears to be, making all these other players gravitate toward him. So Toxic Falcon says Cam is still a top 30 quarterback. That is debatable. That is a debatable topic. And we might even now have to make a separate video talking about that, because we can start the conversation now, but I don't think we're gonna have enough time for that tonight. I feel like if Hurts, Talks Falcon says, I feel like if Hurts plays bad in the first half against the Falcons, Minshew will take the starting job in my mind. No, they're going to let Hurts. No, they're going to get, it's not going to happen like that. It's not going to be that quick. They're going to give him probably like 6 games. It's going to be like 4 to 6 games. Enterzone says debatable. Yeah, it's fucking debatable. Yeah, if Cam being a top 30 quarterback is fucking debatable. There's 32 teams in the league right now. Cam is still a free agent. Explain that to me. Explain that to me. He's not starting. He's not starting on any one of these teams. So yes, that's my debate. That's my argument. The purpose of a debate is one side offers an argument, the other side offers another argument, another opposing argument. And my argument is perfect. He's not starting. Envy. Enterzone says envy. No, it's not envy. Look, if this were 2015, I would have loved to have Cam Newton on my team. I would have loved to have Cam Newton on my team. But it's not 2015 anymore. And a year later, we drafted Carson Wentz. And in 2017, I saw Carson Wentz go toe to toe with Cam Newton and outlast him. Cam Newton threw more interceptions, had a worse game, quarterback rating game in that. I think it was a Monday night game. Yeah, I think it was a Monday night game. Eagles versus the Carolina Panthers. And the Panthers were doing decent. I think they were like 5-2 at the time. And the Eagles were like 6-1 or something like that. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, Mac Jones beat out Cam Newton. So is Mac Jones better than Cam Newton? Toxfoggin says, I mean, DB, would you mind having Minshew starting over Hurts for the Eagles? Look, I haven't seen enough of Hurts in the regular season to say that to answer that question. Would I mind? And I've seen highlights and I've seen games of Gardner Minshew, and I think what he's done for a 6th round pick is absolutely phenomenal. Me personally is like they're both kind of. In a perfect world, I think I would like my quarterback to be like 6'4", 223, prototypical size. Both guys are like 6'1". You know what I mean? And would I mind if Hertz is playing poorly? Then no, of course I wouldn't mind. Of course I wouldn't mind. If Hertz is really blowing the goose, so to say, then no, I would not mind. I would not mind seeing what Gardner Minshew can bring, but I'm not gonna pull the plug on Jalen Hurts after 1 week. Enterzone says, I'll start Minshew, my honest opinion. Gardner Minshew has about 37 touchdowns to like 11 interceptions over the course of his young career. For being a 6th round pick, that's pretty fucking good. So yeah, I cannot disagree. If Hertz plays poorly, I will be excited to see what Minshew can do for the team. I will be excited to see what Minshew can do for the team, especially under quarterbacks coach Brian Wilson or Brian Johnson. Sorry. Tox Falcon says, I honestly see Cam playing for the Washington football team, not even starting, but for option plays or goal line plays. I actually like that idea for him to be the quarterback. I would like that for him to be the quarterback, though. You know what I mean? I think Washington. I think they need another quarterback. I don't trust Ryan Fitzpatrick whatsoever. I don't trust Ryan Fitzpatrick. But this is DB talking now. DB talking Birds. DB talking Philadelphia Eagles. Guys, show a little love in your heart tonight. Two of my dogs are. This is off topic. Two of my dogs not doing so hot. Fortunately, are going to be put down tomorrow. So show a little love. Show a little love in your heart. But yeah, Max and Maggie lived long, wondrous, explorative, adventurous, lives. So. But it will be all good. It will be all good. But I am going to take a quick intermission. This is DB Talking Now, DB Talking Birds, DB Talking Philadelphia Eagles. You guys keep the chat alive. I will be right back. All right, guys, we are back. This is DB Talking Now, DB Talking Birds, DB Talking Philadelphia Eagles. Toxic Falcon says, I got to get my wisdom tooth taken out Friday, and I'm scared, not going to lie. Yeah, no, it's a scary event. I would say this, though. You know what's even scarier is leaving them in for too long. Because I did that, and it was painful. Yeah, so I had to get I think I got all four taken out at the same time. But believe it or not, I wouldn't be scared, man, because sometimes, my experience was I did not feel any pain whatsoever, throughout the recovery. So, hope for the best, try not to or follow all the directions, and yeah, you should be good. You should be good. Talkin' Falcon says I gotta get all four out and one extra tooth. Ooh. Yeah. Well, like I said, hope for the best. Hope for the best. Nick Sirianni was asked at the press conference the other day what player surprised him the most, throughout camp, that he didn't necessarily know much about. And I just love the fact, who he said? Tyree Jackson. Tight end Tyree Jackson. And he mentioned about the fact that he's like, I mean, man, that guy was a quarterback last year, and to come in and do the things that he did is, switching to the tight end position and understanding the situation that he's in right now. Obviously, he's out 8 to 10 weeks. That's unfortunate, obviously, because he had become a fan favorite throughout camp, with his athleticism and just his potential. But it was really cool to see how. It was really cool to see how. I just noticed my computer's broken. It was really cool to see how the fact that Nick Sirianni was excited about him as well. Big Play Slay, what's up, my man? Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the chat, dude. You missed like 36 minutes of it, but that's fine. I'll forgive you. This is what happens when you don't return my calls. Just kidding. What's good? What's good is Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz committing to the Philadelphia Eagles publicly. That's what's good. Zach Ertz publicly committing to the Philadelphia Eagles. Big Play Slay says, closing in on that Atlanta-Philly game, man, how you feeling? I'll tell you how I'm feeling. I'm feeling like there's a lot of questions. I feel like my biggest question is still the same, is, how ready is Jalen Hurts going to be? I do feel better with the fact that Rodney McLeod has returned back to practice. I like that. I think as long as these guys can come out, firing on all cylinders and don't show any, don't hit any walls because of the lack of playing time in preseason, I think we could be okay. But the truth of the matter is I can't say that fully with full confidence, because the Atlanta Falcons, Matty Ice has the veteran experience. Calvin Ridley is a great wide receiver. Our secondary is still suspect. I don't know how ready Rodney McLeod is going to be. Darius Slay needs to bounce back. Steven Nelson needs to prove himself opposite Darius Slay. So we're really, we're going to go up against an offense that has the potential to be really good. And I believe that the Atlanta Falcons can shock some people, have the same opportunity to shock some people as much as we do. So I think it's right now, I think the Falcons I think that we're listed as underdogs by 3 points. And obviously in the Vegas world, the home team is always given 3 points. So I think that right now we're evenly matched, and I think that they got that correct. And that's what I'm going to stick with. Big Play Slay says, I'm a little scared for Slay versus Ridley, man. That dude can go for 100 on us, no lie. Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. Well, the thing is that hopefully Slay does a lot better in this defense than he did in Jim Schwartz's defense. And if need be, hopefully Jonathan Gannon makes the adjustments if Slay needs help. So we'll see. And how are they going to use Kyle Pitts? Big Play Slay says, congrats on 60 subscribers. Excuse me. 40 away from 100 subs. Let's go. Yeah. It's crazy because I was starting to get upset last week where I dropped 2 subscribers, and then all of a sudden I gained 7 by the end of the week. Talks to Falcons. Of course he's talking trash. Calvin gonna eat big play Slay. Yeah, I'm gonna be real interested to see what their game plan is gonna be. We're trying to think Gannon's game plan is gonna be. Big Play says, I'm scared of Ridley, man. He's giving me nightmares. Well, here's the thing is, will Matt Ryan have time to throw the ball? Our defensive line is going to be really good, remember. I have full confidence in our defensive line. I really do. So is he going to have time to throw the ball? I think it's going to be a matter of, obviously, as it is every game, get to the quarterback. Get to the quarterback quickly. I did. Talk to Falcon says, did you see Pitts against the Browns? I did not. Big Pussy says, I want to see how run D looks against Mike Davis. Yeah. I want us to have a great defense, because apparently, according to the joint practices, our defense is great. Our team is great, so I'm interested to see what our defense looks like. It's not like our run defense hasn't been awful in quite a long time. So, Jim Schwartz was pretty darn good at that. I would say, at least over the last 6 years, our run defense has been pretty good. So, Talks Falcon says we do have an O lineman out. I didn't see that. Who do you guys have out? I know this is off topic, but your thoughts on Georgia versus Clemson, Bama versus Miami, and UCLA. Versus LSU. I haven't been paying attention as in recent years, but like I said the other day, I pay attention. I pay attention towards the end of the year, so I can get a good gist of the prospects coming out. But I'm gonna do that more this year. But Clemson, obviously, I love Clemson because B-Doc, my favorite player, one of my favorite players, came from Clemson. Bama. I'll take Bama over Miami. And then I'll take LSU over UCLA. Just because I hate Chip Kelly. Tox Falcon says Josh Andrews. Guard. Okay. You think that guy had a chance? You think he had a chance? Josh Andrews is gonna be out, and you think he had a chance regardless against Fletcher Cox or Javon Hargrave, depending upon how they mix and match those guys, or maybe even Milton Williams filling in. Talks Falcons. Come on, bro. Come on. Come on now. Dox Falcon says, our O-line has looked terrible in the preseason, not going to lie. Yeah, that's because they've been shaking in their boots, knowing that they have to play the Philadelphia Eagles defensive line week 1 of the real regular season. They're scared. They're scared as shit. You know, it's like they spilled their Cheerios all over the kitchen floor, including the counter. So that's why. Philly Sports Podcast. What's up, my dude? What's up, my man? What's cooking? What's cooking? What's cooking? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. How you feeling about Zach Ertz is recommitting to the Philadelphia Eagles until he wants to retire? As he said today, which I always thought was a phenomenal thing for him to say, and I always thought that was going to be the case because I never thought that Zach Ertz was actually really gonna leave. Did I have my doubts? Yes, I did. But you know, as time started to go along, I felt that he was going to stay. Toxic Falcon said they got to step or go. We are trying to win, and I can't stand seeing Matt getting sacked. Yeah, well, that's the thing is he's gonna get sacked a lot in week 1. In fact, I'll call it right now. The Eagles are gonna put up 5 sacks. Woo! 5. I'll call it right now. Toxic Falcon says, week 1, you crazy. Oh, no. Nope. Josh Sweat is going to have a phenomenal year. Guaranteed. Josh Sweat's going to come out and have 2. Fletcher Cox is going to have 1. Brandon Graham's going to have 1. And then Javon Hargrave is going to come out for 1. And Derek Barnett's just going to dance. I mean, that's about it. Derek Barnett's just going to dance. You don't have to worry about it. I'm telling you, man, you should be worried. You should be worried about our defensive line. No, Josh Sweat. I'm telling you, watch out for Josh Sweat. It might not be 5, but it might be 3, and it might be 4. But Josh Sweat is going to be the turning point for the Philadelphia Eagles in week 1 along the defensive line. Guaranteed. The Falcons' offense is very concerning. Question mark. Because I'm actually not as concerned with the Philadelphia Eagles offense. It's honestly just the quarter. I don't know enough about our quarterback. That's it. I'm not concerned with our run game whatsoever. It just brings me back to tears because I wish I would have seen Carson in this. Like Carson, I would have been able to project in this offense. Jalen Hurts, I have been able to do that because I don't know enough about Jalen. Philly Sports Podcast. Ertz deserves to be an Eagle forever despite what he has done for the city of Philadelphia. Also a new sub to your channel. Hell yeah, I love that. Hey, and I absolutely agree, my man. Look, here's the thing. Uh, despite how athletically gifted Dallas Goedert is, Ertz has outplayed him, all throughout training camp. And, I may offend some people when I say this, but that's because Ertz is still the better tight end. Ertz is still the better tight end. And yeah, you're right. It took a good, solid, happy go lucky sit down with the new head coach, Nick Sirianni, to make him feel right again. And Zach Ertz came out and said it, publicly, where he was like, it was hard last year. My ups and downs emotionally were kind of due to the fact that I had some lingering ankle issues, and like it felt like a grind every single week getting back into practice and whatnot. And like I was excited to come and play for a new head coach, and it made things fun again. And I'm kind of having fun. I'm having the most fun that I've had for a very, very long time. So, for him to come out and say that obviously means that things are changing, because, for him to say it as confidently as he did, means that he doesn't feel so wary about his future in Philadelphia, which is, in my mind, is a good thing. In my mind, is a good thing. And I spoke about this before. Is like I'm not talking bad about Dallas Goedert, but like, Brent Selleck came in as a young tight end, and LJ Smith was still here, and as the second tight end, made a bigger impact than Dallas Goedert has made as the second tight end. And when Ertz came in, Brent Selleck was still the starter, and Ertz made a bigger impact, while being the second tight end, and than Dallas Goedert has. So all I'm saying is, I'm not saying Dallas Goedert is I'm not saying Dallas Goedert can't be as good or can't be great. All I'm saying is, like, everybody wants to give this extension to Dallas Goedert, and I'm like, he hasn't done what like other tight ends have. He hasn't done anything to deserve it yet. He hasn't done anything to deserve it yet. Brent Selleck and Zach Ertz were in his position before they took over as the starters, and they did more when they were in Dallas Goedert's position now. And that's the reason why they got what they got. So, yeah, I hope Zach Ertz retires an Eagle, and I hope they give him an extension. I hope that he gets that extension. We'll see what he does in Nick Sirianni's offense. We'll see what he does. I think that he has the ability to do a lot more. I think he has the ability to get a lot more YAC, yak yards in this offense than he did in Doug's offense. I really do. Maybe not a lot more, because he's not really a yak tight end. I'm not ready to say that, but I'm just saying. Antizone says, "Don't be like the Bears. Great D, but an awful offense." Who? I think the Eagles are going to have a decent offense this year. Regardless of how Jalen plays, I think the running backs are going to do a decent job. But again, guys, this is DB Talking Now, DB Talking Birds, DB Talking Philadelphia Eagles. Guys, you can donate at streamlabs.com/DB Talking Now. Any donation that you do make is much appreciated and is redistributed back into the stream, so I can bring you guys better content and things like that. Also, you guys can follow me on Twitter at DB Talking Now, or Instagram DB Talking Now, if you want to. I mean, you don't have to. Not forcing you to. I'm just saying. it'd be cool if you did. You know what I mean? So, but thanks in advance if you do. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you joining tonight. DB Talking Now, DB Talking Birds, DB Talking Philadelphia Eagles. One love. Stay safe, stay healthy. Have a beautiful rest of your evening. And go Birds, baby.